care about us. Tell me what has become of my life. I have a wife and two children who love me. Beat me, hate me, you can never break me. Will me, thrill me, you can never kill me. Chew me, sue me, everybody do me. Kick me, kite me, don't jump like a bite me. All I wanna say is that they don't really care about us. All I wanna say is that they don't really care about us. Tell me what has become of my life. I have a wife and two children who love me. I am the victim of police brutality. No, I'm tired of being the victim of hate. Remember me, I'm a bride for God's sake. I let the God to fulfill this prophecy. Set me free, skin-headed. May I have your attention, please?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the final countdown. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, everybody, welcome once again to the Ratfink Racing League on Tuesday night. My name is William Tiller. I am joined up here in the booth by Jacob Williams.
Drivers, start your engines!
Hi, boss man. Fellas, so have a good day today. I'd like to load all the fans and thank you guys for coming out here. We got a great crowd today. Everybody listening at home. Leave it all out there. Everybody enjoy the race. Do it all day long. Get ready to go. Good feeling about today, guys. Stay focused. Speed Smart. You guys been doing a great job out there. Road on the outside. For nothing other than that, the rest of the race.
Short track racing here on a Tuesday night. And we are thundering and lightning into corner number one as this race kicks off officially. Oh no! Big impact to the 6 of Victor Etheridge in the top side. Tonight we are warm and toasty in Homestead, Miami Speedway, the 305. You see damage and scrape that topside roll. It's time to go racing once again in the Ratfink Racing League as George Ross in the 79 takes us into corner number one. Action starting to pick up here off of 2. Oh my goodness, as the machine comes off of 2. It's time for the Tuesday night Ratfink Racing League.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular upon spur, singing out, yeah, through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Hello and welcome to another Tuesday night edition of the Ratfink Racing League Truck Series here live from Live Rock Raceway. My name is William Tiller, joined up here by Jacob Williams. Jacob, this is the first road course that we've seen, I believe, since we've started streaming these Ratfink Racing League Truck Series races. And tonight we really get to see who the road course ringer here is in these trucks. We were talking about it off air. It's the same set of rules coming in, 3 sets of tires, 2 attempts at the green and white checkered, 0 fast repairs, and 75 laps around this, let's call it one of the oldest road courses around. Jacob, they still take the ISMA here as well. There are no lights on this track. Little fun fact for the folks at home. What do you expect here tonight in tonight's race before we get to that starting grid?
Man, I would say probably, from the guys that I was watching in practice, a lot of, I don't want to say a lot of battles. I mean, hopefully everyone gives each other enough space, but man, I would say probably a long, consistent runs from everyone. I know a guy in particular, he's on the pole currently, and that's Zach Lovelace. He had ran, I want to say close to, I think it was like 50 or 55 laps during practice, so I could see him being a front runner. And then, we see Jordan Tross out there as well. But another one in particular, part of Wynn Brothers Racing, that is going to be Colton Miller.
That's another one coming into this race. As we get along the track, it is now time for the starting grid here at the first road course of the season. Rolling off on row number 1, we have Zach Lovelace, joined by last week's winner, Jordan Tross. Row number 2, we'll have that man you were talking about in that Hot Wheels paint scheme, Colton Miller and Jesse Gordon. Row number 3, we'll have Jonathan Bird and Paul White rolling off 6th here tonight. Row number 4 will feature Thomas Wynn, good start position for Thomas, and Anthony Harden in that John Deere machine. Row number 5, and completing our top 10, we're going to have John Crosby and Brett Thompson. Take it away, Jacob.
Well, Will, at this point, the pace truck is in, so I'll let you take it away at that point, and we'll wrap up the starting grid here shortly.
Here we go, as we are riding up to that starting background. The green flag is in the air as we head into that first corner. We're going to see who survives in the first shifting point of the race. Haven't really got up to speed yet here as we come around that first corner. Jacob, it looks like smooth sailing here so far as we're moving and grooving through this road course here tonight.
No, right there you got Zach Lovelace about to come up come through the, what they call the right-hander, and then slowly but surely going to work his way up, going through the uphill. And then behind him you have Colton Miller again. I want to say he's going to be some of our personal favorites for tonight's race.
As I'll run to that starting grid here as we are still pretty smooth here. After Brett Thompson, we have Burleson, Seth over Shepard, Justin Clapper, Andrew Morse, Cody Deek, Todd Brown, Zachary Wynn, Brandon Hinton, Dave Brusecki, Victor Etheridge. We saw that crazy clip of him last week. Tom Ringer and Brandon Schumann are all the trucks here taken on this road course. Looks like everybody's just trying to feel it out here so far. We talked about this race coming in, not a lot of shifting points. We talked about there is one left-hander on this track as well, Jacob.
Yeah, no, right there where we are seeing Tony Burleson and Seth making what we call and then, these guys, Seth Cooper going to dive in deep right there in front of Tony Burleson and make a pass going on the uphill. It's a little squirrely right there.
As indeed, as we come into the corner here. 96 looking good with that paint scheme. As we come around here, starting to see just a little bit of separation. Jonathan Burt there in that 11, heading into that first corner. Lovelace continues to lead the way, starting to separate just a little bit already. 3 laps into this race, Jacob. A 2.5 second lead on that 3rd spot. Colton Miller still holding pace on that 93.
Yeah, no, like I said, Zach Lovelace and Colton Miller, if they don't make any costly mistakes, I feel like we got our podium squared away right here between Zach and Colton. And then it'd be interesting to see, you know, the guys battling it out for third right there. You know, we kind of see him off to our corner. You know, Jordan Tross and Jesse Gordon. Ooh, I'm showing Clover Shepard has, unfortunately. We'll kind of take a look right here. Ooh, just gets a little loose.
Ooh, good save. Oh my goodness.
Oh, almost comes in pretty deep.
Race continues here live on YouTube. What a battle we have now here, Jacob. This is Jesse Gordon, Jordan Tross. They are going at it for that third spot, that podium position we were just talking about here early on in this race. These two had quite the battle last week. These are two of our championship contenders. They are 1-2 in the points right now. Jesse Gordon in that Batmobile, Jordan Tross in that 79 machine. Jordan Tross, our defending champion from last season as well. They're doing pretty good here so far inside of the top 5 laps into Lime Rock. The thing that's pretty cool about Lime Rock, Jacob, it's a pretty flat surface. You do have an uphill in some of those corners, but not a lot of extras. There are not a lot of bumpers here at this track. There are not a lot of cones, anything that really get in the way. It's just straight racetrack and trees. It is a beautiful racetrack as we're going to ride on board with John Crosby around this awesome surface of Lime Rock.
Loose right there too, a little heavy on the throttle.
Just watching now into this first corner. We talked about this off air. Let's see how low he gets there. Just gonna continue through that corner. Oh, yeah. See, we talked about it off air. That first corner would probably be the most trickiest corner of the entire race. A lot of these drivers not used to having to downshift, also accelerating at the same time, upshifting, accelerating. Jacob, we talked about that's what you like to do, is that the GT3 series, it's a lot of that. It's a lot of having to downshift, accelerate, back up, upshift, go through right there. Oh my goodness, as we see Thomas Wynn get a little loose there out of the corner.
Ooh, yeah, no, I've come to enjoy the GT3 series a little bit more, the prototypes, but there's nothing more than, you know, you typically from the guys in the group, you know, everyone's like, oh, you know, something. There's a few guys in particular, they're like, oh, you know, the NASCAR is only meant to go left. But man, I do have to say, I do like the variety of, you know, some road courses here and there. And then I do believe it's this weekend NASCAR goes to the naval base for their road course, and I think it's San Diego this weekend.
That is pretty cool. I will enjoy that. You know, Chicago is cool, the downtown Chicago race, but we all know what we've seen in previous years with that race where it gets a little lockjam there on that front stretch. As you won't see any of that here in this race, as iRacing does a great job of showing you the scenic parts of this racetrack. I am excited for that naval base, though. Interesting how they're going to do that. I believe they're going to have the broadcast from the aircraft carrier. Pretty cool right there this weekend. This race continues along. Zach Lovelace leading in that 008 laps in so far.
Don't count Colton Miller out quite just yet. I mean, he's still back there in the picture. I mean, he's roughly, what's that gap between them? I mean, about a second and 7/10. I mean, not the biggest gap, but also, I mean, it's a decent amount. But I would say, you know, unless Zach makes a big costly mistake, I mean, he's going to have to be on his A game because Colton's still in the picture.
Absolutely still in the picture here as we're going to ride to the grid. John Crosby looks to be under fire from the 11 of Jonathan Burt. That is a battle for the top 5. The 11 right on that back bumper as they cross the start-finish line. Lap number 9 now begins into 1. This is where John's been having some issues here early on. Again, wide. Now into the grass. He's going to lose that spot to Jonathan Burt. Jonathan Burt moving up the grid. Now back into his starting spot in that 5th position. This is a, they're going to go at it right here, Jacob. What a battle for the top 5.
Yeah, no, it's interesting to see. I haven't really seen much of the guys do road courses. I know I have not seen Zach Lovelace run a road course, but I know Colton Miller in the group was definitely hyping it up in terms of wanting to do some more road courses here and there. But no, it's interesting to see some of these guys get out of their comfort zone because it definitely puts them on their toes.
I believe Colton Miller may have had issue in that 93 machine. That lead was only about 1.5 seconds a minute ago. Now about up to 5 seconds. Now Jordan Troust and Jesse Gordon have caught him in that 2nd position. So he may have gotten loose, spun out on the racetrack somewhere. But now Colton Miller has now dropped down to the 79 of Jordan Troust and the 10 of Jesse Gordon. That is not where you want to be if you're Colton Miller.
Yeah, no, and we'll kind of run through some of my live events that I've got going on. I don't want to just yet switch as we kind of watch this battle for 2, 3, and 4. Ooh, Colton getting a little loose.
He's getting loose. Yeah, Jacob, the 93's trying to hold on here. He has two of the biggest dogs in the entire lead right on that back bumper as they're going to head into 1.
Jordan's right there. Oh, is he going to dive? Ooh, that was pretty ballsy move to try and make the lunge right there on that left-hand side. But now let's see if Jordan's going to make a pass on the inside. Let's see if he's going to make it on the coming on the uphill. And then you got Jesse Gordon as well, going to try and squeeze it in there.
Oh, what a move out of the Batmobile right there, still to the inside of the 93.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to take it with ease. Something may be going on with the 93 Colton Miller. He's losing big speed. Wasn't very hard for the 79 and the 1-0 get around him.
Yeah, no, we'll, like I said, we're going to kind of look at some of these live events that we have going on. As unfortunately, he has jumped to the pit, so let's kind of take a look here, see what happened. Oh, just ever so slightly just gets so loose coming out of, I want to say that's 4. Whenever he's coming up on the uphill.
Mm-hmm. See right there, it's just, and you talked about coming in. That's one of those corners where you have to really watch your gears. You're coming up really fast. Oh, boy.
Yeah, it just gets loose coming up. Back into the truck, lifts up from underneath him.
It looks like Jacob, Tom wasn't really excited about this race coming in, and it just maybe took him that one little incident to call it a night as he's going to head to next week as he's in the pits in that 22nd position. You know, judging on the field size here tonight, we can almost call this a bonus round, Jacob, and not in the sense of it's an extra race in the season. It's a chance for a SVG type to get some points, maybe get up in those points standings, maybe even make the chase, where some guys maybe even may use this as a week off as we're into 1 here, watching the 45 of Brett Thompson on your screen here on YouTube. Smaller field size, you can still get a good finishing position, you keep it clean, you ride your lines. Right now, Brett Thompson, he's up to 10th, so a good ride so far for that 45. But you could tell not a lot of guys excited about this one, as now Brett Thompson in the grass a little bit. Still a long way to go here tonight at Lime Rock.
Yeah, no, and a lot of, road courses in the truck. I mean, you can't really get heavy on throttle. I mean, we'll kind of ride on board here with Brent Thompson. He just staying in that third gear. And it's just really just lifting and coasting until you get to the first corner, and then you want to maybe downshift down in the second. I wouldn't really recommend first because then, there's just too much power towards the backside of the truck. Let's see how far he shifts down here. He's in third. He's in second. Back up to third. Easy on the throttle. Coasting through the left-hander. And then whenever you hit this, I'm going to call it this little back stretch right here. I mean, you can just kind of hammer it down and get into fourth. He stayed in third. But it will get a little loose.
Still hasn't upshift yet. Still in that third gear. Very interesting lap right now out of the 45. Very interesting point of view here as we're riding on board. Now up to fourth across the start-finish line. Very interesting there, Jacob. Now he's under fire from the 97, Tony Burleson, who will snatch that top 10 away from the 45. And I'm thinking if Brett maybe lets that thing go just a little bit more as we're riding on board with him here 15 laps in, and just sort of let that engine, let that truck do its thing, and shift, like you were saying, shift up, get up to fourth, let those RPMs really climb. We talked about really 2 points on this racetrack that are shifting points. You can really just let the truck do its thing, get it around the corner. Feather the gas pedal is also a big thing as well through some of these corners, Jacob. As we're starting to see some guys climb up the grid, but big gaps already starting to build.
Ooh, Zach Lovelace has got a 7.5 second lead. Or Jordan Tross, and then shortly behind Jordan, we got Jesse Gordon, Miller, John Burke, John Crosby, and then Anthony Harden. And just, I mean, Zach Lovelace just making work of these guys, just essentially running the laps around the field. I mean, this is going to be a long 44 laps coming up for Zach Lovelace in terms of a good long. But, you know, I'm pretty sure he's wishing that this race would end a little bit quicker. Ooh, I'm sure Cody Deek has crashed.
Cody Deek crashed in that 13. Let's check out that replay here.
Oh, just...
Oh, some contact there. David Bersecki, the 92 and the 13. Oh, as Colton Miller may have made a little bit of contact there with the 13 as they were coming riding by, Jacob. Very, very interesting.
Yeah, did Colton end up clipping him?
I think he may have made a little contact there, the 93. Oh, he did. Ooh, just a little skides and little skirt right there as he's going by.
Let's see here. Ooh, Jesse barely misses him. Oh, yeah, Colton gets him.
Oh, let's keep an eye out on that. Colt Miller still holding it down there with Jesse Gordon, Jordan Tross. That pack is really sticking together, that second, third, and fourth position.
Ooh, showing Zachary Wynn, unfortunately, has wrecked. Let's take a look at this.
Who's on pit road? This is on the exit of pit road, heading into one. Oh, gosh, he's just going to stop on the racetrack here. Going to get up to speed. Good shot of that Zachary Wynn music sponsor on the side of that truck. Him and David Bersecki will go side by side here. Still good on the replay.
I wonder if it was just because of the speed threshold coming out of the pits. Yeah.
And Cody Deek is now off track as well in that 13. One major pack as Zach Lovelace continues to cut through that lap traffic, and that's really this main pack that's stuck together. Jordan Tross, Jesse Gordon, Colton Miller. This is second, third, and fourth on the racetrack. Really the closest pod of trucks than you were on the racetrack. Oh, as the 79 gets really loose there for a second. As we were shifting away, I believe Jordan Tross got really loose. I'm interested to see. Oh, he's having a little bit of difficulty keeping that. Oh, my goodness. Look at Colton Miller doing a little rallycross racing there up the hill.
Yeah, no, Colton getting a little squirrely at that point. Uh-oh, we got Victor Etheridge off track. Thomas Wynn off track, too. I mean, you know, ladies and gentlemen, some of these off tracks have been just kind of briefly just clipping the grass as well.
Glad to see Victor Etheridge back after that gymnastics performance he put on last week at Indy. Gosh, what a wreck there for the 6 machine. That was crazy. I would have to say one of the craziest wrecks I've seen on racing. Sure.
Yeah, he had ended up putting a video inside of our group chat. And poor guy, he races in VR, so and what that means is for everyone who isn't aware, the VR with the VR goggles. So essentially, whenever he's somersaulting in the air, he's just riding in that cockpit view essentially the entire way.
You're waiting for a ride. Oh boy, that was for Victor, having a pretty good season so far. Last week, as we talked about, probably not his night. Good to see him here tonight. But we're going to ride on board with the 63 machine. Justin Clapper, currently in the 13th position. We'll get a great shot of what these drivers have to deal with as far as hand movement. When you see at a course like this here, Jacob, and from experience racing those GT3s, you can sort of let these cars just do its thing. Drive it really hard in the corner. Whip that thing. With the trucks, there's a little bit more movement, so you can really wiggle it around. You can move it around these corners a little bit more than you can, say, the next gen or an Xfinity car. But it's definitely something that if you're not used to it, you're going to start to lose some speed around the racetrack, and you're not going to know why. And then you're going to start to overdrive these corners, start to overshift a little bit. For some of these guys, I think that may be the issue here early on in this race.
Yeah, no, like I was saying earlier, the GT3 cars and whatnot, they have a little bit more stick to it, especially, Justin Clapper getting a little, I was going to say loose, but no, it looks like he was just kind of floating around the corner. Real quick, I am showing Mr. W Energy has unfortunately wrecked. Let's take a look here, coming down the front stretch.
John Crosby was currently third in the point standings. Oh boy,
just comes in a little too hot.
It was almost on cue. Exactly what we were talking about there. It's having a downshift, get into that corner, let that truck just drive it right in. It's now the 63 Justin Clapper. I have to say, Jacob basically has to let these guys out of the way as that pack just continues to march along the racetrack. As we see shots of Jordan Tross, Jesse Gordon, Colton Miller once again. Boy, these guys are nose to tail all the way around, just tandem with each other around this racetrack.
Yeah, no, and essentially, Zach Lovelace is just putting on a heck of a performance. A 12-second lead at that point. I would say he's got it in the bag. Oh, I'm showing John Crosby off again. We'll take a look. Oh, is this? Oh, gets a little loose. Comes in a little hot. It looks like he has had enough, and he is parking it for the evening.
He's going to call it a night there. Mr. W himself. But this season, there is some more competition. Last season found himself there in that third in the point standings. Here this season, he's not had the greatest start of things. Definitely in those point standings, trying to work up just a little bit as this pack just continues to move along, Jacob. Just absolutely in tandem with one another as we're 25 laps into this race.
Yeah, this is kind of, the bunch, or I was going to say the bunch, that's not really the right phrase I was looking for. But this bunch, right? Oh, Jesse getting a little squirrely right there coming up on the uphill. But this bunch between, Jordan, Jesse, and Colton, this is really the closest battles that we've had all evening. The next closest is going to be between Cody Deek and Brandon Hinton, which, at that point, going side by side. See if they can keep it clean. Cody Deek going on the outside right there of Brandon Hinton. Brandon and Cody about to make that left-hand turn, or what we call the left-hander, and then we're going to make the right-hander, headed our way towards the uphill. Oh, and then you got Jesse and Jordan and Colton about to creep up on Cody Deek and Brandon Hinton. Oh, is Cody going to give him enough room?
As Cody Deek is in battle with some of the biggest leaders of this race. And what are the dominance of Zachary Lovelace here tonight as we see Colt Miller down pit road. This must be the pit window about 26 laps into this race. We watched now. And I'm looking there, Jacob. This, if it continues this way with Zachary Lovelace has a 13-second lead, 26 laps into this race, as we see the 93 machine of Colt Miller down pit road. This would give Zachary Lovelace his second win of the season. He did win just a little while ago. That was, we're going to get you that race here in just a second. Zachary Lovelace will be a two-time winner here in this series.
Was it Daytona? No.
I believe. Let's
Here,
check it out.
Let's pull up the handy dandy RFRL.com
There we go.
website. Let's see here, ladies and gentlemen. So who? Let's go.
Perfect plug.
Let's go results, race results. How about that? We're going to come down to the elite track. Jordan Tross, Jesse Gordon. It is going to be Viva Las Vegas of week 3 that he had ended up winning there. And then it's been unfortunately, it's been the Jordan and Jesse show. I mean, at that point, you get Jordan Tross, Jesse Gordon, and then Jordan Tross.
For Zach, I mean, I believe he was, we could also check those point standings as well on that handy dandy website. I believe he was about 4th or 3rd in the point standings coming into tonight with a win, and with his second win of the season. That should put him right in the mix at the top of those point standings.
Yeah, no, we have, Jordan Johnson 2-2. Zachary Lovelace. He's currently in the top 5, but he is 71 points down, and I do believe a race win will get us, I do believe it is 40 points. Do not hold me to that, but I do believe it is 40.
Third spot with Paul White not having the grip. Oh, he is inside of the top 10 here, but he is a lap down. Zachary Lovelace continues to lead here, 29 laps into this race. As we see Thomas win, he's up to 6th here, doing great in that 71. Having a great season so far. Had a little bit of a bad luck there at Indy. The 71 showing a little bit more consistency here this season. Just one spot away from a top 5 at a road course.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, I mean, his night got called early last week in Indianapolis just due to netcode issues. I mean, yeah, he ended up... I don't want to say that he ended up brushing into someone, but it was more of a little bit of contact going into 3, and then at that point, one guy ended up into the wall, and then it was probably the biggest netcode that I've seen in my whole iRacing tenure or career, I guess you could say. I mean, it was at least 10 to 15. I mean, he was 10 to 15 feet away, and still ended up getting collected and sent into the wall.
Thomas Wynn doing pretty good. In that 6th spot, we do see Jordan Tross, one of our top 3 drivers down pit road in that 79. As we are 30 laps into this race here live on YouTube, we do want to thank everybody tuning in here tonight. Probably not the most exciting broadcast of this season, we'll be honest about that. But those folks that are tuning in, we do invite you to go into our live chat, cheer on your favorite driver. We do see God Save the 86. We do have somebody saying they wish they didn't have to work on a Tuesday night. They said, don't crash on lap number 1. Surprisingly, Jacob, that is a lot of those comments about turn number 1. We didn't have any incidents there in turn number 1. Actually, not a lot of incidents here tonight. No caution flags. A few drivers got a little loose, spun out. But no big crashes, no big damages here at 31 laps in.
Yeah, no, I think the biggest wreck of the night was Tom Ringer ended up into the wall for the most part. I mean, yeah, we've had a few off tracks, which is, I mean, typically standard. I mean, especially on road courses. A lot of guys are entering the pits. You got Zachary Wynn, Victor Etheridge, Paul White, and then Jonathan Burt as well. But where I was going with this is, I mean, you will occasionally see some guys end up getting, off tracks, but I mean that's normal in road courses. But I mean, for the most part, I mean it's been a pretty clean race this evening. Everyone's been giving each other a lot of room. Yeah, there was a little bit of rubbing between Jordan Tross and Jesse Gordon, but I mean it's been relatively clean this evening.
As Anthony Hardin, the 77, he is on the back bumper of Zach Lovelace in that 00. Do have to think at some point Zach Lovelace will have to head down pit road. Same thing with the 77, Anthony Hardin. So I don't believe this will be anything to really keep an eye out here. As gosh, you just saw Zachary Lovelace come flying off that corner.
Ooh, Zach.
We do see another truck retiring.
Zach ended up already. He already pit. He's on fresh tires.
There we go. As Anthony Hardin was the truck heading down pit road right there. As with the pit already out of the way, Zach Lovelace still has about a 14-second lead. Jesse Gordon has now got his lead up to about 3 seconds on that second position. Jordan Tross in third, Court Miller fourth. Anthony Hardin currently in that fifth spot, but he is down pit road. That moves Grandpa Brett Thompson up to fifth, top five for the 45.
Ooh, hopefully, I mean, I don't want to put the commentator's curse on him, but I mean, usually Grandpa, he ends up getting in the top 10, top 5, and then somehow some mysterious magic ends up getting sprinkled on him, and his night gets done early.
So we're keeping an eye on that top 10. Oliver Shepard, we're just outside. Tony Burleson right there. Thomas Wynn currently in ninth. Seth Cooper in the 96. He's up to 8th. Anthony Hardin off of pit road, currently in that 7th position. Jonathan Burt, we just talked about it, Brett Thompson, but he hasn't head down pit road just yet, Jacob. So that's going to be a crushing blow to 45.
Yeah, no, he hasn't hit pit road yet. I mean, he still has a decent amount of fuel, but I mean, I'm sure his tires are getting a little slicky. But I mean, once he hits the pit, we'll pull this back up. I mean, at that, I'd say he'd probably end up P10, maybe P9, depending upon. So at that point, P9, Tony Burleson's a lap down. I mean, I don't see him losing. I don't know. I can see him dropping a decent amount, probably to P10, P11, but we'll end up seeing.
Yeah, maybe with the 96 David Brzezinski, he'll have, or the 92, he'll have a little bit of a battle for that top 10. Just going to be a hard fall when he does decide to head down pit road. 34 laps into this race. Starting to see the field starting to settle in here just off of pit road, but we'll stay live here at Lime Rock as we'll step aside for just a brief moment here live on YouTube on a Tuesday night.
When the days are cold and the cards all fold and the saints we see are all made of gold, when your dreams all fail and the ones we hail are the worst of all and the bloods run stale, I wanna hide the truth, I wanna shelter you, but with the beast inside, there's nowhere we can hide. No matter what we breed, we still are made of greed. This is my kingdom come, this is my kingdom come. When you pull my feet, look into my eyes, it's where my demons hide, it's where my demons hide. Don't get too close, it's dark inside, it's where my demons hide, it's where my demons hide. When the days are cold and
Coming closer, know that I'm a mess. Tangled up in wires, I can't catch my breath. I run. Volunteer
back here at Lime Rock as Zachary Lovelace continues to lead the way here on lap 36. Jesse Gordon has now moved up to second in that Batmobile as we're going to ride on board with our race leader. We'll see exactly how indeed he is finding so much speed here tonight. Let's watch his gear shift as we've ridden on board here with a few drivers. As you see, great upshift there up to 4. Not going to come flying into that first corner, Jacob. Let's watch here. Oh, does it perfect.
Is that Jesse Gordon right there in front of him, too? It looks like no, it is not. Based off this view, I thought it looked like Jesse Gordon was in front of him, but the timing doesn't match up with how that would work.
Wow.
I was thinking that he was about to lap Jesse Gordon.
Well, he's coming up on Victor Etheridge here. That's the 15th position. But boy, you just see how much speed he has. He's just letting that truck fly around the racetrack.
I'm showing that Tony Burleson has gone off track. We'll take a look here. Ooh, oh.
Oof.
He ended up saving it. Oh, his nose is a little crunched in a little bit.
There comes Colton Miller.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That little uphill right there, just, I mean, here, we'll watch it back one more time and we'll ride on board with him. Just going up that hill. Truck just gets a little airborne and then just the back end wants to come out from underneath you.
Trey Burleson in at 97. Still, even with that, Jacob finds himself in that 9th position. So even with a bit of a hiccup, still looking like a top 10 for that 97. As Jordan Tross, Jesse Gordon are 2nd and 3rd on the racetrack, but boy, they are separated by about 8 seconds, the two of them. Jordan Tross and Colton Miller separated by about 6 seconds, and then, gosh, after that, Jacob, it goes Colton Miller to Jonathan Burt, and that's about 12 to 13 seconds between those two drivers.
Ooh, I mean, I think the guys are what are they running right now? About 52. No, excuse me, 54, 53 lap seconds. So, I mean, roughly these guys have about 20, 25 more minutes. I mean, and that's, I mean, the night's over with because, you know, on road courses, not, I mean, I was going to say not typically, but, you know, with the iRacing leagues and whatnot, usually you do not do full course caution. So it's just pretty much it's an endurance race. I mean, so if you're doing 60 laps and then your average is about 54 to 55 seconds. I mean, so let's just call it a minute a lap. So it's about an hour endurance race at that point.
I was actually excited about this one coming in as we are live here on a Tuesday night on the RFRL League Tuesday Night Truck Series. It's one of those road courses that I believe, I almost wish that I had a working set of pedals and a wheel. I would be happy to take on this track. It's not, as we see Zachary Lovelace get around the 45 of Brett Thompson, that's in the 7th position. Now has his sights set on Anthony Harden in the 6th spot. But it's a track.
Oh, sorry, he is yet to pit.
Hey, holding on. He is holding on for hope there, Jacob, in that 45 for sure.
He is. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's just it's one of those road courses that's I wouldn't call it easy because there is some skill to it, having to get around, the shifting and getting that sort of thing. But it's definitely not as challenging as the Roval, the Daytona road course. Watkins Glen's a little bit more tougher as well. So some other road courses take a little bit more difficulty than others because I've taken on that Charlotte Roval before. It's not the most easiest thing. A lot of 90-degree turns, a lot of downshifting, a lot of upshifting. Here tonight, we are starting to see those drivers kind of rise up. Zachary Lovelace, of course, but then Jesse Gordon, Jordan Tross, Colton Miller, some of the top drivers in this series, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Jonathan Burt in that 5th spot, qualified pretty good, going to finish top 5. Then after that, you're starting to see that frustration starting to come out, Jacob. After those guys, these guys that really do great on the ovals and some of these short tracks are not very happy here tonight.
Yeah, no, and going back to what you had said, Lime Rock isn't necessarily the easiest road course, but like you said, it's one of the most, like, I guess you could say, forgiving, especially on this setup. My personal favorite. Now, I have not driven, next gen or anything, or a truck in it, but man, the Daytona road course, that is one of my personal favorites. Actually ran it, excuse me, last night in a GT3 race, and unfortunately I qualified super well. Just sent it a little too hard on the bus stop coming down the backstretch.
That'll happen. No bus stop here. That's the thing. So no bus stop. No big rubble strips or rumble, however you want to call them. Just a flat, nice road course. As we're seeing Paul White, Justin Clapper there. Justin Clapper now inside of the top 10. Paul White just outside with a big block out of the 63. We have a battle on our hands right here, Jacob. This is for a top 10.
Yeah, no, we'll see. We'll see if Paul White's going to be able to make the pass. Hopefully, he can make it on the front stretch coming out of that last turn on the downhill. But hopefully they can keep it straight on the uphill. Hopefully the trucks don't get a little too loose. Ooh, Paul into the grass a little bit. Then you got Jesse Gordon right behind them. But now we're coming down the downhill. About to make another right-hander. Oh, almost gets into the backside of Justin Clapper. Has to check up quite a bit.
We're going to ride on board here with Paul White, and that 2.5 did pretty good last week. That White Lightning machine trying to stay consistent in the point standings as well, right on the back bumper of the 63 at top 10. Loose. Oh, gets very, very loose.
Excuse me.
Right now, this is a battle for top 10. The 63 gets loose. 2.5, Paul White right there. Jesse Gordon currently in the second spot. He's coming up on these guys, as both of these guys are a lap down. Paul White now pulls off into the grass. Jesse Gordon currently in that second position, just moving around these guys. As we see the 63 is now going to realize if Jesse Gordon, the 1-0 is right there, going to let him by. As this battle is going to continue for a top 10 position, as they had to momentarily let Jesse Gordon go by there, Jacob.
Yeah, no, we'll check back in really quick with Justin Clapper. And I think, at that point, Paul White, lost a little bit of time due to allowing Jesse Gordon to pass. Ooh, Zach Lovelace gets a little loose coming out of the uphill, almost into the backside of Anthony Harden. And then we might have a battle going on here shortly between Anthony Harden and Jonathan Burt right there. It's the 77 of Anthony Harden and the 11 of Jonathan Burt as they go down the front stretch, about to enter one.
Ooh, big move right there.
It's a drag race.
84 going by.
Hit the brakes, hit the brakes.
Oh, man. Crazy here at Lime Rock. We do have battles on our hands as Brett Thompson's up to 8th. Has he headed down pit road yet? I just want to know.
Let's take a look here. He has. He is on.
He has. There we go. He's head down.
Yeah, no. Grandpa has officially went down pit road. And he is one of the few that is only a lap down. The next person would be Tony Burleson, Seth Cooper, and Jonathan Burt and Anthony Harden. But then after that, it's going to be Justin Clapper and then Paul White.
As everybody seems to be rocking and rolling here. There are 4 trucks left on the lead lap. This could be one of those all-time performances, Jacob, depending on how this race plays out. I've watched some great performances on road courses before, some incredible dominant performances, but at the pace that Zach Lovelace is on right now, there is a chance. We're looking at around 13 laps to go. He could lap the field. We are looking at it right here. He's going to go around the 97 at Tony Burleson. And then we'll see how far he is away from the 93 at Colt Miller. There is a chance that the only guy that's left on the lead lap is Jesse Gordon in that second spot.
I am showing Todd Perrant has unfortunately went off track. Let's take a look here. Ooh, Jonathan Burt, super close. He's trying to get out of the way for Jonathan Burt. Oh, and as he was trying to get out of the way, he just ends up just bending it just a little bit.
Bending it like Beckham as the World Cup's on right now.
Are you gonna watch that USA and Australia game on Friday?
Oh, absolutely. Go USA, man. We looked so good the other night with that 4-1 victory. I mean, I came in with very low hopes and very low expectations, but boy, did that get me excited the other night. Just got to get to that group, and we'll see who we get in that second, the knockout stage, if you will.
You see, it's been a little bit. I mean, I haven't really watched the World Cup a ton, so I mean, we'll kind of break it down for us. I mean, super briefly, because I know we are watching. We are racing at this point. We're about to come up on 10 laps to go. But who the top dogs are this year for the World Cup?
Yeah, definitely looking at France is one of those big teams. Spain, Argentina, Brazil is always a favorite. We did have a major result. It was a 0-0 tie, but it was between Spain and Cape Verde. Spain is one of the largest countries as far as football goes, soccer goes. Ranked top 3 in the world. Cape Verde is about the size of Rhode Island. So it was a huge result at the World Cup. Of course, we had USA win 4-1. Right now, Lionel Messi has scored 2 goals for Argentina, who is up 2-0 in that game right now. So tomorrow is when everything starts up again. It's basically round 2 for a lot of the teams. So they'll cycle back through, as you mentioned, on Friday. The USA plays again against Australia, who won their game. So that's a big matchup between the two of them. They have 1 game left after that, and then it's the knockout round. So it's depending on who they draw in that knockout stage is who we get to play. But very exciting going on if you like the United States. Oh, Jonathan Burt is sideways on the racetrack. That's going to hurt his results as he's in that 6th spot. But very exciting time. Only happens every 4 years. So even if you're not a fan of soccer, there's a great chance to cheer on the USA to see how far they can go against some of these huge countries where soccer is basically their NFL, is how I like to compare it.
Yeah, no. Is Ronaldo end up? Is he in the World Cup in Spain?
He plays for Portugal. He actually plays tomorrow.
Portugal.
He is one of the last guys to get to play. So, big showcase tomorrow. I believe they play. I'll get you a schedule right now. I believe, because he's one of the last superstars, quote unquote, to play. He's going to be playing at 1 o'clock, I do believe. That's one of the highlights against the Democratic Republic of Congo. Ooh. Yeah, so I'm not saying if gambling's a good thing, but if you're a gambling man, I would go take a look at that one because I feel like that one's going to have a few goals scored. Yeah. But very exciting time, Dick, because it's between Mexico, Canada, and the United States, so it's very cool to see people who have never experienced the United States before come over and experience some of our American traditions. You may have seen some of that stuff on social media, eating at Waffle House and all these crazy things. As we continue to watch Zachary Lovelace, 17-second lead. As we're going to watch a replay here, it's going to involve the 63 of Justin Clapper. Uphill, where we've seen some drivers have some difficulty with that here tonight. Oh, man, hard impact.
Yeah, no, that wall has claimed 3 lives. Tom Ringer, Justin Clapper, and then also Justin Clapper's teammate, Tony Burleson.
That's going to bring the 63 down to the 11th position on the racetrack. As we continue along here on a Tuesday night, race is proceeding along pretty quickly here, Jacob. as Zachary Lovelace has an 18-second lead on the field. We're going to take a look here. This is the 93 machine of Colton Miller. See just how far the 00 of Zachary Lovelace is from the 93. Oh, as he gets loose going up that hill.
Man, that hill is going to claim another life, especially whenever you're full throttle like that. I mean, just the back end gets so light once it gets airborne, and then just whenever it finally gets grip, it just wants to just slide out from underneath it.
Now heading into one. Let's see how he handles this.
Oh,
corner.
he gets it to second coming through. Rides that lower, almost hits that. Yeah, he does hit that lower apron. Oh, still in second. I'm really shocked he's still in second. Going to ride that curb. And now he's probably going to hammer down. Yep.
I believe that's Jordan Tross right ahead of him there. One of those trucks in the picture.
I think that
he's coming up here pretty quick.
Oh, I want to
that's
say
not going to help there.
Yeah, I want to say that is Todd Perrant. And then you got Jordan.
Maybe Jordan. Yeah, Jordan's about one truck ahead there, so he sees him. Yeah. There is a chance for the 93 to still snag a podium. Oh, a lot of speed there coming off the hill.
Yeah. Oh, Todd, you better get out of the way.
Here comes the 93. He's still trying to fight for a podium as we have just about 7 laps to go. 93 has to keep it clean here, though. Jacob can't afford, as he gets loose right there, can't afford any kind of slip-ups. If he does, it's going to cost him a lot of speed here as we count down the laps. Zachary Lovelace continues to lead, going for his second win of the season.
Yeah, I mean, we have, Colton Miller ran a 54.4 last lap, and Jordan ran a 54.65. So, I mean, Colton's technically 0.2 faster. So, and there's a, let's call it, I mean, it's a 2-second lead, or 2-second gap essentially between the two. So unless if Jordan ends up making a very, very costly mistake, I doubt that Colton Miller's going to be able to catch him.
Colton Miller still riding in that 4th position. Let's run through that grid so far, as it looks as though everything may be locked in. Proceeding, speeding out as Jordan Tross goes off into the grass. Just as I said that, little commentator's curse there. As we look at the grid right now, as we're just about to wrap things up here on a Tuesday night, Zachary Lovelace leading, Jesse Gordon in 2nd, Jordan Tross 3rd, Colton Miller 4th, and that is the last truck on the lead lap. We have Anthony Harden, Jonathan Burke, Brett Thompson, Seth Cooper, Tony Burleson, Paul White is our top 10 on the racetrack right now. We'll look through the rest of the grid. Only 22 trucks decided to take on Lime Rock here tonight. Justin Clapper in 11th, David Bersecki in 12th, Clover Shepard in the 13th spot, Todd Perrant 14th, Victor Etheridge still has a top 15 going on there, Jacob. He is in the 15th position. Andrew Morse 16th, Brandon Hitton 17th, Thomas Wynn 18th, Cody Deek, Zachary Wynn, John Crosby, Tom Ringer, and Brandon Schumann wrap up the grid. We're currently on the track, or off the track for some of those guys. 57 laps into this affair as we see Jesse Gordon currently in 2nd. He's just navigating around Jonathan Burke, who is in the 6th position.
Yeah, and I don't, I mean, there's still a 2-second gap between Jordan and Colton Miller. I mean, you see Colton right there kind of in the background, but I mean, with 3 laps to go, unless Jordan ends up just bending it somewhere into the grass, I want to say our 1, 2, 3 is going to be Zachary Lovelace, Jesse Gordon, and Jordan Tross.
For Jesse Gordon and Jordan Tross, this is going to be huge in the point standings. They continue that podium run. For both those guys, I would have to say it's the top 2 championship contenders. For Zachary Lovelace, though, Jacob, this could kickstart something here. I mean, you get your 2nd win of the season. You head into the next week with some confidence. some swagger after this performance. I definitely would. After it looks like he's going to win by about 25 seconds. I mean, 2 wins underneath your belt, that ties you with some of those dogs, quote unquote, if you will, in those point standings. So that could really get things going there. We could be looking at Zachary Lovelace maybe after next week as one of those championship contenders as well.
He did indeed come in. I want to say it was third. I know. I mean, it's going to be a completely different season. Or not season, but a completely different series. I want to say third in the O'Reilly series last season, and I mean he is working his way through the ranks within the league. I mean at this point, I mean like you said, he's definitely a competitor. I mean it looks like road courses is going to be his jam essentially.
As we'll flip through the field, we'll watch Zachary Lovelace come around. We'll check on the rest of these battles as he takes that white flag. We'll jump back on board that 00. But here goes Anthony Harden. He's up to 5th. This will be a top 5 for the 77. Jonathan Burke, so he's locked into that 6th position. As Zachary Lovelace now comes down the hill.
Last line.
He'll come across that start-finish line. The white flag is in the air here at Lime Rock. One of the fastest races of the year. Jacob, we have only been on the air for about an hour. Oh my lordy, that could have been disastrous.
I did not think Todd Perrant was going to slow up fast enough. I thought he was just going to absolutely cream Zach Lovelace at that point. Woo!
Whew. Boy, had us nervous up here in the booth. As there goes the 00.
I want to take a look at that really quick.
Performance here. Jordan Tross down there in 3rd. Jesse Gordon in 2nd. Here comes Zachary Lovelace. Watch that battle there with the 69. That was quite a close. That was into corner number 1 here. As we're going to check it out here once again. Right there on the entry.
There was it was a camera angle. Never mind. I mean, from that camera angle, I thought Todd was a lot closer than what he was.
Made us nervous.
Yeah.
As we jump back live with the 00 of Zachary Lovelace here as he comes down the hill. An incredible performance here at Lime Rock. The fastest race of the year. We've only been live on the air for just briefly over an hour. Zachary Lovelace said, I got more things to do here on a Tuesday night. Let me go ahead and get this checkered flag because he'll come around the last set of corners here. Just an incredible performance there, Jacob. As the checkered flag awaits him as he is all by himself. As it feels as though this is a Mario Kart race, you have to wait for the rest of your competitors to finish. Because he'll do exactly that as he comes around those last set of corners. Zachary Lovelace in the 00 will claim his 2nd victory of the season. He'll do it in remarkable style. He'll put on a clinic here at Lime Rock as Zachary Lovelace in the 00 comes creeping across that start-finish line to win here at Lime Rock.
A dominant performance.
Wow. Running a 52.7, the fastest lap of the race. And if you want to know why there was such a gap, his fastest lap was a 52.7. Jesse Gordon, who finished 2nd, a 53.1. So almost a full second difference between our race leader fastest lap and our 2nd spot's fastest lap. Just a road coursing clinic here tonight for the 00 of Zachary Lovelace. Jacob, I mean, it just feels like Mario Kart. He has to wait for the rest of the field to finish, and boy, 25 seconds, one of the largest gaps I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, no, I mean, It's there's guys there are guys that are and we'll have to ask him during his interview if he's a road racer, but there's the SVGs of the group essentially that just like you said, just put on a clinic of a performance. So congrats to Zach Lovelace at that point for the win, and then Jesse and Jordan for the podium finishes.
Yeah, and for those two guys, we could be looking at the championship contenders here tonight, folks, in a field that wasn't very big, 22 trucks, usually 43 trucks, a full field. But here tonight, it could be a clearer picture with Zachary Lovelace, Jesse Gordon, Jordan Tross, who Jesse Gordon, Jordan Tross continue that podium streak, the top three streak, if you will. Zachary Lovelace, though, huge jump in points with that second win. We could be seeing things shake up here as we check out the official top 10 here. Some names that, like we talked about coming in, Jacob, could get a good finish if you just keep it clean. Look at the likes of Zachary Lovelace. He wins, of course. We'll have those podium finishers for you here in just a second. Jesse Gordon second. Jordan Tross third. Colton Miller comes home in that top 5. Did everything he had to bring that thing home in the top 5 spot. Anthony Harden gets his first top 5 of the season in that 77. Jonathan Burt, you saw him spin out, was still able to hold it down in that 6th spot. Brett Thompson, Jacob, he does finish better than what me and you predicted, finishes 7th. Seth Cooper in 8th. Tony Burleson 9th. And Paul White gets another top 10 here in the Tuesday Night Truck Series. Without further ado, though, folks, it is time to catch up with the guy that we seem to talk with every night, Jacob. That is the driver of the Arc Raider machine, the 79, Jordan Tross.
Jordan, you got a copy?
I've got a copy.
Well, I know you've ran some road races before, earlier on the season with some other leagues. But how was your first road course with RFRL this evening?
Yeah, I kind of went as expected. Not a huge road racer, but try to put up some respectable times and just overall tried to keep it clean. Was struggling to hold Jesse back. He's definitely a little faster than me once he got some laps in there, and once he got around me, I just try to take it easy and keep it on the track because I was pretty loose out there, pushing it a little too hard, just struggling to keep the rears, and really just tried to keep it on the track and hold in there for a podium finish.
Well, there you go. And now, Jordan, I think I've seen actually two. You are starting to get into more road racing, correct?
Not really. I run an MX5 league for fun, but
Gotcha.
it's 1 hour and it ends right before this race starts. So I get less practice for these races.
Oh, okay. So now,
but,
to describe, to the people that are watching, what would you say that are, the biggest differences in terms of strategy whenever it comes to, an oval course compared to a road course?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing with road is just really trying to be smooth and consistent and try not to slide the truck. You overheat those tires and it just wants to keep sliding more and more, and I just didn't have the consistency to avoid that tonight. I barely had time to get here into this race and the race before it after work, and I've just been sitting down and racing since I got home from work, and my wrists are killing me. So I was really just taking it easy, trying to save the rears, but I was nowhere near as good as Zach and Jesse there, and looks like Colton had some damage, but he was really quick there as well.
Gotcha. Well, Will, you have anything for Mr. Jordan?
Jordan, and now that we have this road course out of the way, what are you looking forward to the rest of the season? As we kind of mentioned it on the broadcast, the top 3, maybe the top 3 in points heading into next week. Do you just kind of shake this one off and then get back to work for the checkered flag next weekend?
Yeah, I definitely prefer to race ovals, that's for sure. I'm not a huge fan of road racing, but I do try to run it to be better at it, but it's definitely not my forte. But yeah, looking forward to the rest of the ovals. I do like most of the rest of the schedule here. Looking forward to it, and just hope we can get some longer runs, because that's generally what I'm better at, and hopefully we can capitalize on that going forward.
Well, awesome, Jordan. We appreciate you taking the time with us, my man. With that podium finish, I think you know the drill from those race victories. Anybody you wanted to shout out or anybody you wanted to thank that may have helped you get that podium here tonight?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you guys for the broadcast. It's always fun to watch these back, and thanks to everyone at RatFink who puts these races on. We had still, 25 people racing here today on a road course, which you're always going to have a few less people racing in an oval league. And so thanks to everyone who showed up and overall raced really cleanly. Most people did a really good job of trying to give space and didn't have any issues on track with any other cars. My only incidents were me going off the racing surface myself. So thanks to everyone who put on a good race, and hope to see you guys next week.
Awesome, Jordan. Well, we appreciate you taking the time with us here, my man. We'll see you at Chicagoland next Tuesday. That's Jordan Tross coming home in the second position here tonight. It is now time to speak with the driver of the Batmobile, who doesn't get the checkered flag here tonight. Comes home just one position short, I believe, just like last week at Indy. Jesse here tonight is probably one of the quickest races we've had, just under an hour road course race. It just seemed like it was the main 3-truck pack majority of the race. You guys just didn't have the speed to catch the 00.
Yeah, no, he is definitely has some basically some skills that I don't have, I guess, but he's able to conserve his rear tires better than me and use more of the fronts, which I already felt like I was plowing the truck through the corners, but apparently not as much as him. So yeah, that was the key basically on long runs, was trying to conserve the rear tires. And other than that, I felt like I was decently competitive, but yeah, in this first stint I was caught behind Jordan for a little bit, and we were just running our pace, and I was kind of waiting for any opportunity I could just to get by. But after that, Zach was gone, and then it was just a matter of attrition and avoiding lap trucks, and hopefully not getting collected in anything.
Yeah, we just got wrapped up with Jordan Trosser in that 79, and I mentioned to him was really just like a 3-truck pack there for the longest time. What happened there in that pit strategy that allowed you to basically separate from Jordan and end up beating him by about 11 seconds there for that third spot?
Well, I think he was initially trying to leapfrog me by pitting a lap early, and I mean, I was a little concerned because we were still like within like, I don't know, 0.6 of a second when he pitted, and with that new fresher tires versus mine, I was thinking he was going to leapfrog me, but then I came out of the pits and I had a little more of a lead. So I don't know if that's just getting on and off pit road, or maybe he had a bad lap or something, but either way, was able to kind of run my pace and not have to look in the mirror or anything, and just kind of run my race. And I didn't think I was going to catch Zach because he was so far ahead, other than if he got collected with the lapper, and which there was some situations I noticed that he would lose like 3 seconds at once for some reason. So there was obviously hope, but after that we were pretty much pacing kind of each other. So
well, Jesse, second place here tonight. We do head to Chicagoland next week. How you feeling about that one? Do we expect to see the Batmobile back in victory lane?
We'll see. This is a better week than last week at Indy. I was running decent, but got wrecked out, and hopefully we'll be able to continue a good streak of races. So we'll see how that goes next week.
Jacob, anything for the driver of the Batmobile in that second spot before we wrap up with our second place finisher?
No, Jesse. Congratulations again. To your podium finish. It's I was saying earlier. It's kind of the Jordan and Jesse show here lately. Beginning of the season. Now, Zach with the win. It's always interesting to see how a lot of oval racers perform on road courses. But you and Jordan were definitely keeping up the pace. But like you said, it was one of those things. It just looked like Zach had just a little bit more of an edge on you guys. But at that point, it was definitely a shakedown towards the end. You and Jordan ended up, creating space between one another, but ultimately, I mean, it was a great finish from you guys.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, he's got something that I guess none of us all have, but practice more maybe might help. Trying to figure out little ticks that make up a tenth here and there, and that's ultimately the difference over long runs. And if you can conserve your tires too. So yeah, I'd have to do a little more practice, I guess, in road coursing. I'm all right, but not I guess to that level. So yeah, hats off to Zach. Good win, and yeah, I'll take second and good points day.
Perfect. Well, you like always, and I think I jumped the gun. I think Will was about to say it, but I think you know the drill on this. I'll use this phrase, but any special team shout outs or recognition or sponsors that helped you get to the podium this evening?
Well, my team they knew better than to show up here, I guess. But yeah, hats off to my team, obviously. And my sponsors and sponsor me in real life: Caritas Tires, Davis Trenching, United Tint and Wraps, Empire Motorsports, Amsoil, and obviously the racetrack that I race at and my racing page. If you wanted to check it out on Facebook.
Awesome. Well, congratulations again, Jesse, and we're looking forward to see you next weekend or next week.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you. Sounds good.
Thanks, brother. Have a good evening.
You too.
That was the driver of the 1-0, Jesse Gordon, coming home second here tonight. And Jacob, I don't mind. Go for it, man. I mean, shout outs are shout outs.
Oh, no. You're good.
As it is time to speak with a guy that is probably eager to shout out everybody he can, and boy, he has had some time to think about it. Winning tonight's race by about 25 seconds, yep, just short of 26 seconds, Jacob. It is time to speak with the man that we didn't know coming in of his talents at a road course, didn't know his game, as they say in the streets. It is time to speak with Zachary Lovelace. Zach, you put on an absolutely a clinic, a tutorial on how to drive Lime Rock. Tell us how you did it, my man, and congratulations on your second win of the season.
Thank you. How I did it was lots of practice. I don't know what else to say there. Everything felt good. Truck was great. Didn't have any issues with the tires, and everyone was very nice and gave me lots of room out there. So it just nice drive for it. I don't know what else to say about it.
Now,
I think. Go ahead, Jacob. Sorry about that.
No, I was going to say, Zach, during practice, how many? I think I saw it briefly. How many laps did you end up running during the practice session?
This one, maybe 50. So I guess most of the race.
Oh.
Earlier this week, I probably did another 200.
Holy cow! So no wonder you had about a 25-second lead on these guys, man. Now are you much of a road racer, or is this kind of like new to you?
I consider myself a road racer who got talked into oval and fell in love with it.
Okay.
I don't do a whole lot of road racing now, but that's where I started as, and when I joined my team, they kind of talked me into doing a few oval events, and eventually it's where the good racing is on the ovals, I think. But I love coming back to a road course, and I love driving an oval car on a road course.
Gotcha. Will?
Jacob, this is SVG. How do we know? This
I know.
is SVG to a T right here. Zachary Lovelace. I mean, Zach, if we would have known, I mean, we could have just given you the checkered flag before we dropped the green flag, because that was...
Where's the fun in that?
Man, you definitely put up some shots in the gym, that's for sure. Got your free throws right before this game. Zach, looking past this race, you do get your second win of the season. This will move you up in the points, up to third in the point standings. It will tie you with some of the quote-unquote big dogs in this series as far as win total goes. Is there any tracks that you have circled coming up? We have Chicagoland, Nashville, we have Atlanta, and of course Talladega coming up in the next few weeks. Any of these that you are looking at as far as keeping this streak going? We talked about you maybe having some confidence, some swagger heading into these next weeks.
I mean, I don't think I mind any of them. I guess, is it old Atlanta or new Atlanta? I think that's a pretty big difference.
It is 2008 Atlanta.
Okay, so that would be one that I'd circle and say, hell yeah, that's my kind of track right there.
All right, so we're looking at that is just in about 2 weeks' time. They're at Atlanta, and I believe Jacob, that's going to set us up right before the chase. That's just going to a few races before that time as well.
Yes, that is indeed correct. And man, everyone loves old Atlanta, and I despise it. It's probably got to be one of the bumpiest tracks out there. More power to you, Zach, for loving old Atlanta.
Hey, the bumps add character.
There we go. And as a road course racer, he loves bumps there, Jacob. You gotta know, coming from a road course, he loves to feel the racetrack.
Exactly.
The more he could feel it, the better. And boy, you were feeling it here tonight, Zach. And there's not many things to ask you, my man. As you said, you got this race done in less than an hour. I think it's probably one of the quickest races we've done here in Ratfink. You win it by 26 seconds. You put in the work, so this checkered flag you've definitely earned for sure. I think the next thing, man, is just to let you have the stage. If there's anybody you want to shout out, any sponsors or anybody that helped you put in this work and really get to the top of the grid here tonight on a road course.
I always got to thank my team, Texas Speed. They're the reason I'm here. They just are always supporting me, running with me. My great teammate John was out here tonight, and I think he got a 6th place out of it, and that's not a bad result by any stretch. Got to thank everybody else for coming on out and racing and being so fun to race with. You guys, of course, for putting on a great broadcast, and a huge shout out to John's mom.
And I do want to shout out on YouTube, DTank91, who was cheering you on as well. It said go 00. So you had a fan out watching you there on YouTube in that live chat. And with a performance like that, man, I wouldn't be surprised if you had more fans.
Yeah, I'll say, hey, David, thanks for watching. That's another one of my wonderful teammates.
There we go. Definitely watched you put on a performance. Zach, congratulations on your 2nd victory of the season. Definitely did it with style. This would be one that I would save in my highlights, that's for sure. But we appreciate you taking the time with us, my man, and we'll see you at Chicagoland next week.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, guys.
That was Zachary Lovelace, the driver of the 00, and Jacob. He didn't have much to say. We didn't have much to say either. What is there to say when you win a race by 26 seconds?
Oof. I mean, there really isn't much to say, but God dog. I mean, oof. I would have figured that. I mean, he was. It sounds like he hasn't done much road racing. He has done road racing, but like it's not actively in his routine. So I was thinking that it was actively in his routine, but it sounds like he just put the time in this weekend, a little bit of today and maybe a little bit of last week, just to prepare for this race. And I mean, it definitely you could see where he knew where to make the adjustments to be able to pick up tenths here and there in certain corners, because I mean again, it's a 20-second lead at that point.
And he mentioned it in the interview, and that's one of the things that I love to hear, Jacob, is that he put in the work, drove 60 laps coming into this race, 200 laps over the week. So had over 250 laps underneath his belt and just practice. I mean, boy, just smoked the competition here at Lime Rock. Just an incredible performance. A quick broadcast for the folks at home. Jacob, we usually go live at about 20 till green flag drops. We've only been on the air for just over an hour here, so it has been a very quick race. Zach Lovelace made it a quick race, no caution flags, no big incidences, and you see it right there on your screen. Most laps led, fastest lap, and started on the pole. So an incredible wire-to-wire dominant performance out of that 00, Jacob.
Yeah, that's what we call a grand slam in racing. I mean, again, most laps led, pole position, the fastest lap. And you won the race. I mean, that's the most points you could possibly get, this evening. So it's he will definitely be moving up quite a bit in the standings after this race.
Keep an eye out on that 00 as those points continue to keep accumulating down the season. We head to Chicagoland next week. But let's run through the official results here tonight at Lime Rock before we call it a night on a Tuesday night. We had Zachary Lovelace taking home that victory and dominant performance. The Batmobile coming home second, and Jordan Tross third. Right after them, we had Colt Miller in fourth. Anthony Harden, that 77, comes home fifth, top 5 for that John Deere machine. Jonathan Burt comes home sixth. Brett Thompson, Grandpa, gets a top 10, coming home seventh. Seth Cooper, eighth. Tony Burleson, ninth. Paul White finishes in that 10th position. Then we look at David Bersecki, gets a top 15, 7 spots to the good. He will be tied with Seth Cooper for that Hard Charger award, as David Bersecki finishes in 11th. Justin Clapper, 12th. Clover Shepard, 13th. Todd Perront, 14th. Victor Etheridge, 15th. Andrew Moore, 16th. Brandon Hinton, 17th. And then Jacob, we get into guys that called it an early night. Thomas Wynn, Cody Deek, Zachary Wynn, John Crosby, Tom Ringer, and Brandon Schumann round out our official results here tonight on a Tuesday night live here on YouTube. Jacob, we had our first and only road course of the season now in the books. We head to Chicagoland next week. What are you looking forward to the most in next week's race?
Man, I'll be interested to see if the field is going to end up staying, 40 trucks deep. I mean, because at that point, Chicagoland isn't that big of a track. So it's it'll be interesting to see with a 40 truck field. So hopefully, and I always love seeing that big of a field, but also, the bigger the field, the more cautions we end up getting. But man, it'd be a lot of short track action happening. So
we are excited for next week. We're excited for the rest of the season. In about 3 weeks' time, we head to Talladega. That should be incredible as well. But, folks, if you want to stay tuned to everything in the Rat Tank Racing League, make sure to head over to the RFRLleague.com website. Very, very detailed. You saw a glimpse of that during the broadcast here tonight. You can also hit the like and subscribe button here on YouTube. That'll keep you up to date and tuned into everything going on here during the week. We have broadcasts running just about every single day. Me and Jacob are live here on Tuesday. The rest of that is just track, noise, and audio, but we do love to bring you that live coverage as well. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. Definitely those folks that are in that live chat cheering on those favorite drivers here tonight. Zachary Lovelace put on an incredible performance, winning by just shy of 26 seconds here at Lime Rock. Definitely the road course ringer of a Tuesday night series. But for everybody
I do believe we were having some technical difficulty with Will's mic. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in on the Tuesday night Elite Truck Series. My name is Jacob Williams, and, my lead commentator, Will Tiller. I will close it out for us. And ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful week, and go USA.
All right, everybody, welcome once again to the Ratfink Racing League on Tuesday night. My name is William Tiller. I am joined up here in the booth by Jacob Williams.
Drivers, start your engines!
Hi, boss man. Fellas, so have a good day today. Like to load all the fans and thank you guys for coming out here. We got a great crowd today. Everybody listening at home. Leave them out there. Everybody enjoy the race. Get it all done all day long. You ready to go? Good feeling about today, guys. Stay focused. Be smart. You guys been doing a great job out there. Road on the outside. Like for nothing other than that, the rest of the race.
Short track racing here on a Tuesday night. And we are thundering and lightning into corner number 1 as this race kicks off officially. Oh no! Big impact to the 6 of Victor Etheridge in the top side. Tonight we are warm and toasty in Homestead, Miami Speedway, the 305. You see damage and scrape that topside roll. It's time to go racing once again in the Ratfink Racing League as George Ross in the 79 takes us into corner number 1. Action starting to pick up here. Oh, 2. Oh, my goodness, as the machine comes off of two, it's time for the Tuesday night Rat Think Racing League.